Welcome to Building Matiki, the boat channel where you get to do everything twice. Uno, dos. So in the last episode, I went down to Jupiter, Florida to pick up the cross beams that David Halliday and his team built. You can see them right here. And of course, the first step was to unload them. Sorry, but I have to interrupt our featured presentation for something that has nothing to do with boat building, but there's still a real world out there, and sometimes it comes knocking. So we got these puppies here. Their mom died when they were roughly a week old. They're 2 weeks old now, and they are adorable. So if anybody's looking for two puppies, they're getting hand fed right now by this young gentleman.
What up?
And Max seems to be all right. Well, Max is a good dog, but sometimes he whacks stuff with his paws, and I was a little worried about that, but he's really gentle. What do you think, Max? You want one of those? Well, anyway, one of these might be up for adoption. They're a lab and hunting dog mix, a medium-sized hunting dog. What was the breed?
Lab and Boykin Spaniel.
Interested? PM me or leave a comment.
Just looking for a titty.
Aren't we all?
That's right.
I've been getting a lot of questions on how long I think this endeavor is going to take, and it's hard to estimate because of things like this. Like, I've been sitting here for the last 2 hours with the plans and a little notebook, trying to figure out what the heck they want from me. And I think I just figured it out, because the reason why I'm doing this today is I gotta go get the wood, so I have it here when I need it. And trying to figure out how much to get, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a little complicated. Like today, this took 2 hours. And things like that happen all the time, so you think you can get something done within a week, it's easily a month, 2 months, and you're like, unbelievable, how can this stuff take so long? Ridiculously long. So, back to the beginning of the question, how long is this gonna take? Like, I don't know, fuck it. But on a serious note, I'd like to have the boat on the water by end of hurricane season. So December-ish. November, maybe a little earlier, depending on how brave I am. So I wanted to go into a little more detail on how the beams have been constructed. On these right here, you don't see much because they've already been fiberglassed and faired. And this one right here, which is beam number 3, that goes only from the inside to the other inside, you can see the materials it's been made out of. The black stuff is Kusa board. It's a high-density polyurethane foam with reinforced layers of fiberglass, which basically makes it indestructible. It replaced the plywood on the beam construction, and it's just as rigid, but at a fraction of the weight as ply, which makes it just a premier material for transoms and for decks. And in this case, for the crossbeams. Also worth mentioning is that in the original plans, the beams have more of an hourglass shape. And here the hourglass shape has been filled in with divinyl, which is a closed cell foam made out of PVC. It doesn't absorb any water. It's lightweight, very stiff, and it's been used in sandwich construction on all kinds of boats. Actually, a friend of mine built a whole 46-foot catamaran out of this stuff. Good stuff. So after they've been glued together with epoxy, they got fiberglass. They used 19-ounce triaxle fiberglass and multiple layers of it. Let me show you right here. Basically, this is a diagram of how many layers of fiberglass are around here. This is the beam, and then these are all the individual layers. And on the end pieces, it has extra ones around this way and that way. Yep, pretty solid. Hopefully will last a good long time, which it should. Thanks, David. Almost forgot, it also has an insert piece of fiberglass right here, where later on the cleats will be attached, and when we lash the boat together, the cleat will keep the lashings from slipping off the cross beams. So I got lucky this week and I had the option to take out a dinghy, test around a little bit if I want a soft shell one or a rigid one. This one was a 12-foot fiberglass one with a 10 horsepower Tohatsu on it. Pretty powerful, but I'm still considering that if I take this dinghy I would get a 20 horsepower. I would like to know what everybody's opinion is towards a hard shell or a soft shell dinghy. I'm sure everybody got their own little story to share. It was a great time. Blast, to be honest, and yeah, here's a couple of pictures of it. Didn't get that much footage, but enough to give you an idea of yeah, that I'm a lucky. So out here on the dinghy, might get this little test ride. It was handcrafted by a friend of mine. Getting Max used to it, he seems alright. He's just having a blast out here in the Keys, Manhattan. Well, thanks for watching. I hope it's enjoyed. And I want to give a special thanks out to everybody who's been writing all these nice, encouraging comments. Thanks a lot, guys. You keep me motivated to keep this going. Have a good one.